Hello fellas, today I'll be taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 event exclusive Beast Kingdom Wonder Woman, specifically the Wonder Woman from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Not the Justice League one, but let's be honest, they're pretty much the same design with very few exceptions. Welcome Wonder Woman, because this is the first time I'm reviewing Wonder Woman on my channel in general. And this is also the first time my channel is integrating itself with Beast Kingdom, a company that's no doubt been around for a couple years, but I've never bought from them. And this is my first product along 3 other figures that I will be reviewing from Comic-Con. But I decided to start with her because, she's different. Finally, something different on my channel. Alright, let's get into it. Before we look at the figure herself, let's take a look at this fairly nice box art. I do like it. If you notice, it's actually the figure. You can see the seam in her bicep, which I thought is pretty cool. So it's not the actual actress, and it's not like a, something stylized, but, it says limited edition down here, Wonder Woman. Got the Beast Kingdom logo, which is nice. Top of the box just says Wonder Woman. Bottom has all this. Here's the side, just Wonder Woman 002. Here's the other side, and here's the back of the box, which pretty much just showcases everything the figure comes with and basically everything the figure can do. So it's a standard, it's a standard box. But here she is. Let me put this box down so we can just jump straight into it. And she's a nice figure, but I do want to give you guys a 360 of this figure. I do her, excuse me, I don't do her. God, I wish. But I do have her on her stand because she'll topple over. All right. There she is. Beast Kingdom, you're getting there. You are getting there. Your head sculpt is, it's hell. You guys are doing a way better job than Mattel, I can tell you that. But you do have flaws. You got a couple flaws there, Beast Kingdom. Flaw number 1. I understand the price is $50. Okay. I kind of expected that. But I think for $50, we should at least get double jointed elbows. I think for $50 we can get a little bit more detail in the face. But I'll highlight that later in the video. For now, let's actually remove this and take her off her stand and take a gander at her accessories. So yeah, let me go ahead and remove her off her stand, which is technically the first accessory, if you will. It says Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice with the waist cradle, and it's clear. It is articulated. You can move it either way, the full 360, do whatever it needs to do. And there's a hinge down here, and it can go forward and back as needed. And these do, of course, hinge forward and back. So there you go with that. Let's see if she can stand. You can stand her, but it takes a bit of fiddling because of her, I guess you can call them heels. The problem is she likes to topple over easily. The joints and her ankles are fairly weak, but if you do work with her, she'll stand. But yeah, so let's take a look at her accessories now. So she does come, of course, with her signature sword from the film, which is very nice. And by the way, die-cast, which I didn't expect. That's actually very cool. So let's get a better view on that. I do like the handle, a lot of detail there. The sword itself is detailed nicely with all those imprints and writings, which is very nice. And it's fairly pointy as well. Nothing that breaks skin, but definitely nice. I do like this, this gradient look but this is what it has. It has these grooves cut into the edges, if you can see there, that make it look worn, which is nice. So, it's a good looking sword. I like it. Now, she does come with her shield, and I am not going to remove it right now, simply because, Beast Kingdom, you got some problems. This right here. Notice how it won't peg into the port. It just won't. I feel fiddled with it. It just will not budge. So, forgive me. I will be keeping the shield on because I have no plans to, display it without her. So, there you go with that. But, yeah, Beast Kingdom, right there. Go fix that for me. The shield itself is very, very detailed. I do like the paint applications, and this, the texture is lifted, so it feels like you're rubbing your hands against concrete, almost. So, that's really nice looking. You got a nice image there, which is very, very cool. And everything's nice and detailed. And even the inside, it looks really good. Again, the one thing is this peg here, which is kind of annoying, but I can't really see it. But no excuse. Fix it. These straps are nice and pliable, so it's fairly easy to get her hand into the into those straps, so which is always good. And yeah, it definitely looks nice with her. You know. You can't really, well, I mean, I guess you can articulate her with it, but just got to do some fiddling, I suppose, because of those straps against the elbow, and oh well, she stood. Yay! Sweet. Let's look at her other accessories. She does come with this yellow or orangey transparent lasso of truth, which is very cool. She does come with special hands so that you can allow her to hold this, which is awesome, and you can put this around your other Beast Kingdom figures, which I do have, or just other figures in general. So, it's pretty nice looking, and it's obviously very, very pliable. She does come with a lasso of truth that you can actually holster onto her skirt, or rather her belt, and it has a nice texture. Pretty cool looking. Just a standard gold, and again, pliable. So, that's pretty cool. But here, again, Beast Kingdom. Ooh, Beast Kingdom. You gotta watch out for this. Okay. So, at least on my copy, the way this would work is you would just leave it there, and then this would peg into there. I've tried. It just does not want to stay too well for me. Maybe if you fiddle around with it, it'll stay in, but you just really got to work with it. Sorry, had a minor interruption there, but anywho, so there's that. The lasso. Anywho, come on, stand, girlfriend. Good. She does come with a pair of open palm hands, which is always nice, a nice texture. The skin tone is pretty on point, by the way. Looks fairly realistic to me. So, and she does come with a pair of holding hands, so you can get her to hold her lasso, or at least this one can hold the lasso. This is just a standard fisted hand, because I have the other one on right now. So, she comes with what she needs to do, honestly. Alright. I think it's time we get into the figure herself. Okay. Wonder Woman. Let us bring the camera up slowly. I apologize for the shakiness, but we do need to take a look at her. Her head sculpt is decent. You can definitely tell that Gal Gadot is in there. And if you can't, well, it looks like Wonder Woman from the comics. It looks like Wonder Woman from the cartoon. Either way, it's Wonder Woman. But they could have put a lot more detail in this. I feel like the most they did was put some lipstick on, painted the eyebrows, and a bit of the eyes. And that's as far as they went, because if you look at the skin, it just looks too plasticky. And I understand, yes, the figure is made out of plastic. I'm not that dumb. But the texture. Where is all the texture at? We need that. I mean, even some Marvel Legends figures do that, and it comes out fairly well. So, Beast Kingdom, do that. However, the hair, I think, is sculpted very nicely. I do like it a lot. I like how it wraps around her shoulder and over onto her chest a bit. So, that is pretty sweet and has a nice texture to it. Nice glossy black paint, which I don't mind. I know some people might mind how shiny the hair is, but in person, when it's not against such bright light as it is right now, it's a much more matte black, so heads up. And there's her headband, which I think, you know, it works. I like it. Definitely has the detail in there. Nice silver paint, the red in the middle, always nice. And she does have a bit of glitter on her chest armor, as you can tell. I didn't expect that. Some people might have a problem with this. I understand why, but it doesn't bother me. I think it actually looks kind of cool for this type of figure. So, yeah. And her armor just looks really good in general. Excellent paint application. I love the metallic feel that they have going on here with the blue and the gold. There's hardly any bleeding, which is always wonderful. There's the back. You can see how the strap kind of merges into different parts of the armor, which is pretty cool. Definitely like that a lot. There's more of that strap, so it looks realistic. That's all I can say. Her arms, again, the skin is a bit lacking, but you know, got nice gauntlets there, looking pretty sweet. They have some straps right there as well, which is awesome. Got to push that in a bit more. Come on. Good enough. So, her legs, again, sculpted fairly nicely. I do love the silver paint they used for the knee guards, which is awesome. And the armor in general here just looks awesome. Again, this is a fairly accurate figure. I mean, it looks like how she does in the movie. Got those bolts and those straps around her feet. No peg holes, which kind of sucks. You would think you would put peg holes on a female figure because they don't typically like to stand well because their feet are so skinny. But yeah, there she is. The big flaw, I think, is the face. It just needs some more work. Again, this is not your typical $20 figure. This is $50 and over, so they need to fix that a bit. Articulation. Alright, so the head is a bit limited, don't get me wrong, because of the hair, but it can go left and right slightly, as well as up and down and side to side, and does what you need it to do, basically. The shoulders can rotate full 360s. It'll go out that much, in that much. She does have a nice bicep rotation. A single jointed elbow, which I think is just a wasted opportunity. And I believe it does... actually, it does not rotate at... damn, this always falls off. It does not rotate at the elbow, actually. And as you can see, the wrists do rotate fully. They're on 2 ball joints, so they're fairly universal. Her waist can barely move. Almost nothing, actually. Which, I understand why. You know, it's a tough armor. The legs can go forward that much. Back that much. You gotta work with it a little bit because they're on these weird joints. And she can kind of do the splits a little bit. She does have a nice thigh rotation. A double jointed knee, which is lovely. The feet can go forward that much, back that much. A slight ankle pivot, and the toe can articulate forward and back. So she's pretty good when it comes to articulation. Again, $50, you would kind of expect double jointed elbows, and I'm nitpicking, and This is what I do on this channel. I nitpick every figure because figures are rising in price, people, and oftentimes engineering is just not up to date. And companies know that. Beast Kingdom, if you are watching this, this is no doubt an excellent figure. I am not bashing you at all. I love this thing, but, you know, everything needs some work, I think. Putting her back on her stand because I do want to do some height comparisons, and I don't feel like removing the stands off my other Beast Kingdom figures. The first one up is Bats. This is also a Comic-Con debut exclusive, so there you go. I think the size is super accurate. Batman is gigantic in the new movies, and this guy is fairly big, which works. This is the Adam West colored one, which I adore, by the way. However, he is the weakest of the Beast Kingdom DC figures that I own, and I'll get to why that is in my review to come. Ah, my Predator almost fell over. Oh my god. Sorry. We got some technical difficulties. I do have the lax-suited Superman, also a debut exclusive. So, and if you're wondering why his arm's like that, is because I need to put it under hot water. And ironically, the same goes for him. Ugh. Guys. How's that happen twice? Seriously, right? But, yeah, there they are. I think they look awesome all together. I think the size is fairly accurate. Granted, she is hunched down a little bit because of her pose, but they're as big as they need to be. And these are a decent size. So, and if you want more comparison, here's a standard 5-inch figure, just Walking Dead figure. About half the size, a little more. So, there you go with that. Okay, so, final thoughts on this figure. It's a good figure. For $50, you get a lot of detail, not too many accessories, but the accessory that you do get is die-cast, and no double jointed elbows. The one thing I can say about this figure is that if you're a hardcore Wonder Woman fan, go for it if you are able to pick it up, because this was a Comic-Con 2018 exclusive. But if you're a standard collector, honestly, this should be an easy pass. It's not the greatest out there on the market. I'm not bashing the figure by any means. It's definitely decent, nor am I biased towards the movie, because personally, I thought the movie was okay. Didn't see the craze over it, but it was decent, and this is a decent figure. So, again, if you're a Wonder Woman fan, go for it. If not, I'm sure there are other figures out there that are on par or maybe even better. And that's as much as I can say about that, fellas. Go check out The Sanctuary on Facebook, as well as all the content creators of The Sanctuary, linked down below in the description provided. And if you did enjoy this video, you know, please like, subscribe, comment. Check out my site at SunSpotReviewz.wordpress.com. And I'll see you guys in my next video.